Hello everyone. The subject of my e-learning presentation is Kahoot. Some of you may be familiar with it. I was not, so I thought it might be interesting to share. So let's look together at Kahoot. Kahoot is a free learning tool that can be used in an e-classroom setting for K through 12 students right through to graduate school. So what exactly is it? Kahoot's designers describe the tool as a game-based classroom response system. So what can be done with it? Kahoot is used to administer quizzes, classroom discussion, and surveys that are presented online in an interactive manner that helps the distant students be more engaged in the e-classroom. Kahoot uses gamification in education. Well, what does that mean? It works like this. An educator creates a real-time game in the form of a Kahoot quiz. The students join in on any device they have, enter a game pin and their name or nickname, and play the quiz when it begins. The rest of the class is also playing at the same time wherever they are on their own device. Points are awarded for correct answers, and a winner is declared after a certain period of time. This creates an opportunity for students to be engaged in cyclic learning, where the educator can introduce Kahoots and the students access materials and then respond back, building their own Kahoots to discuss learning as they respond to their teacher and fellow students. Leadership cycles from the professor to student and then back again as new objectives and materials are introduced. The students are able to use their smartphones or laptops to access the game, so they BYOD, or bring your own device, to the learning event. So this makes more sense. Let me take you through a Kahoot tutorial of how to set it up and how it works. Okay, getting set up with Kahoot is really simple. First we go to the getkahoot.com webpage. From there we can create a new account. After you get your free account and set up, then you sign in. From here we can create quizzes, discussions, and surveys. For this tutorial we're only going to look at quizzes, so go to the top navigational bar for previous Kahoot. You can also access public Kahoots made by other users. And from the right activity bar we can also look at statistics and your recent result. So let's continue by clicking on Quiz. Then we want to continue by giving our quiz a name, like Test Quiz. Then we click on Go, and this will take us to the quiz editor. Then we can type in our questions here, and then go to Edit the Answers down below. And you can click on the ones that are correct or incorrect, and you can add to the responses by deleting them or adding them. Okay, at this point you could go to the center and at Browse, and you can actually add pictures, or you can set a time limit or points. Points are really the fun part, as you can create a lot of competition between your students as they're awarded points for correct answers. Once you are finished, you can click Save and Continue, and then from here you could add further questions if you wanted. Finally, you can finish your Kahoot by adding a language setting, or privacy settings, public or private, for school, and then add a descriptor to find your Kahoot easily. You can also add a difficulty level, then save and continue. When you're done, you could add an image to your Kahoot, or click Done when you're finished. Finally, the beauty of Kahoot is be able to use it in your classroom. Here you see the teacher screen and the student device screen. So now it's time to launch, and now it's going to ask for the students to input their screen, what the PIN is. So now it's asking the students to join with a web address and a PIN number, which they input. So then the student would type in the PIN number and then hit enter on their phone. Then it will ask for a nickname, and then they can click on join the game. Now we can see on the teacher screen how the student has signed in. Then once all the students are signed in, we can click Start Now. Then the Kahoot quiz will begin, and you can see the countdown on the student screen. while they choose their answers. So on the teacher screen, it will show the image and the available answers, but on the student's device, it will only show the colors for the selection of answers. So the student can see the teacher screen on their computer, and then on their device, they would select the answer in the shape or color, and I'll choose the correct answer. Then it shows the answer is correct, and then on the teacher screen, you can see the running tally of the scores of answers. So then we can go to next and see the scoreboard, and since there's no other questions, I'll end the quiz now. So now we can see the scoreboard and the data, and you can also get feedback and results for who won the quiz. From here, the students can give feedback and to the teacher about the learning that occurred and if they recommend it, and how it made them feel. So as the students give feedback on their device, this is what the teacher can see, and this screen will change for the teacher. The students, as you can see, their device, the game's over, and the teacher would only see this tally. Now the teacher will be able to see their final results, and they can download the results for future reference. So let's review what we've covered. Kahoot is an online program that promotes e-learning through a game response mechanism. It's simple to use. It can be accessed by any device online. It can be used internationally in real time. It's free, and it's also fun. In retrospect, I think Kahoot is a good tool to use in certain applications for e-learning. Its strengths are the real-time engagement, immediate transfer of knowledge, the ease of the program learning, and the cost, which is currently free. As far as weaknesses, Kahoot is limited on scope of materials that can be presented in volume, as it is intended to be a short, collaborative event. I do feel Kahoot has validity in cyclical e-learning, and the new generations of Kahoot going forward may be even more helpful to teachers and students alike. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this presentation and have had a good initial introduction of Kahoot.